What up, Screen Fiends? I'm GB, and you're tuned in to Headz TV, where we like to discuss all the wonderful things appearing on your movie and your TV screens. In this episode, I'm going to discuss the Justice League trailer, my thoughts, my predictions for what I think may happen in the movie, and just my general opinion on the trailer itself. So as you guys know, if you've watched some of my other videos, I'm anti-trailer this year. I'm only doing one trailer, sometimes two if you include the teaser, but depends on how long that teaser is. Like this teaser is, over 2 minutes, so this may be the only trailer I watch. I think it is going to be the only trailer. Same thing with the Thor Ragnarok trailer. I did a video on that also, where I think that's going to be the only trailer I'm watching because they're so long. Now, in terms of a trailer, this trailer was great. I will say this, though. DC does a really good job on their trailers, especially their first trailers. They're always non-spoilery. They always get you hyped for what's going to happen in the movie. And the way they're put together is done in a very cinematic way that kind of pulls you into the trailer before the trailer starts. As far as their number 2 and number 3 and number 18 trailers, you know how I feel about that. You get way too spoilery as far as those go. But this trailer was actually, I'm not going to say it was better than the Thor Ragnarok trailer, but the Thor trailer spoiled a big plot point for me. And this spoiled nothing. I know nothing about this movie other than Batman and Wonder Woman are trying to assemble the Justice League. That's all I know. And they're going up against, I know that they're parademons. The average fan doesn't know that they're parademons. So the average fan would say, oh, they're going up against some sort of weird monster. Or weird guys in some sort of strange suit, whatever. Alright, so as far as that goes, they did an awesome job with not revealing too much, but giving me enough to get excited, and also giving me enough to where I feel like I know who each character is. Now remember, going into this movie, so far anyway, we've only been introduced to one of these characters on a full scale, and that's Batman. Wonder Woman we were introduced to slightly, and by the time the movie comes out, we'll be fully introduced to Wonder Woman. And as far as Aquaman, Flash, and Cyborg, we really have gotten almost no screen time with these characters. So they let you know enough about each character. If you knew nothing of the Justice League and these characters, after that trailer, you know who Aquaman is, you know who Batman is, you don't really know too much about Wonder Woman, you know who Cyborg is, and you know a little bit more about the Flash. So you're pretty much acquainted with the heroes going in. Okay. They did a good job at the action scenes. I do feel like we're getting a little bit of all of the action that's going to be in the movie in a way, but most of the action set pieces looked very similar in this trailer. So maybe they're all from early on in the movie, or they're all from the middle of the movie, and it's not really all of the action scenes. Maybe they're just bits and pieces of the same big action set piece. I can see that. I can see all of those scenes being from the first time the Justice League is like assembled, ready to fight, right? I definitely could see that. I love what they're doing with Aquaman. I liked how they showed you a little glimpse of Atlantis, but the way they do it, I feel like some fans who aren't hardcore superhero or comic book people may think that scene is a little cheesy because Hera comes across, I think that's her name, Hera. I don't know, Aquaman's chick, Amber Heard. It comes across as cartoony to me. A lot of people are complaining about, but other than that, I'm still excited for Atlantis. Now, a lot of people are complaining about Cyborg, saying he looks too CGI. I don't agree. I didn't notice it. Is he going to be super CGI? Yeah. The fact that half of his real face is showing does not bode well for the way the CGI might come across, because when you try to do real people in CGI, it has a very video game feel. Rogue One, as much as I loved it, as much as I loved how they put Tarkin in the story, I feel like they either should have did more time developing the CGI, or they should have just had another actor play him, because he took me out of the movie. It felt like for his scenes, I was watching a video game, and I could see that coming across for the Cyborg scenes as well. Now, I have two complaints about Cyborg. Number one, he's not big enough. He looks too slim and too slender. We need, I feel a more heroic looking cyborg. He looks too much like something out of a Terminator movie or a prototype for an Iron Man suit. Whereas he doesn't feel like the comic book cyborg where he's like, he doesn't look like some big football player, you know? Comic book cyborg looks like he was a football player, like a big jack dude who's in this robot. He's too small to me, too slender. They didn't have to make him taller, but they should have made him more jacked, more bigger, wider. And he's not. He doesn't feel like a different size character in respects to the rest, and he should. He should be on the lines of wide like Batman and tall and big like Superman. I don't know. Didn't like that. And the red and the blue is too much. They should have stuck to either the blue light on the head or the red light glowing from within. Both of them don't work well together. It doesn't look right together, and it doesn't feel like it should be there. My personal opinion, the blue light was good. The red light is too much, and having the light in the chest feels like a ripoff of Iron Man. I'm not calling it that, believe me. But you're going to get those Marvel fans that hate on DC so hard. All they're going to do is compare Cyborg's look to Iron Man constantly. So you're not doing yourself any favors by making them look similar. You should have had them bigger, and you should have only had the blue light on the face or a red eye or something. I'm not liking the overall look of Cyborg. Flash, all of Flash's stuff looks amazing. I get why they went with Blue Lightning. I feel like it was to differentiate him from the TV Flash. But poor choice. Yellow Lightning to me. Look, I'm not a comic purist where I feel like everything's got to be from the comic, okay? But I feel like making it blue is now doing with a big problem that Marvel has, where all of the energy sources in Marvel are all the same color blue, the same glowing blue, all of them. Whether it's a cosmic energy source or something Earth or something that Tony made, it's all like got this blue glow to it, which is beautiful on screen, and I love it. But, you got to make these characters feel different, and I feel like the yellow lightning would have made him stand out more and just been a more bright and vibrant color, which is what Flash should be. Even in his attitude, he's a bright and vibrant character. So you want him to come across that way too. Didn't like that either. And I'm starting to be unimpressed with Wonder Woman. I liked the little tiny teensy bit of her from Batman vs. Superman. And then I only watched one trailer for Wonder Woman, but in the first trailer they released, I really enjoyed what was happening and how it looked like she was going to portray the character. But in this trailer, not so much. I can't pinpoint what I don't like, but there's something I don't like. I don't know if it's in her look or her acting or what, but something about Wonder Woman I'm not caring for. Batman is Batman, like him, but don't like that line in the trailer. That's a Tony Stark line all day, and that should be attributed to Tony Stark. What's your superpower? I'm rich, because that's the way Tony thinks. Even though Tony's a genius and can build the craziest shit, he don't give himself that credit a lot of the times. He's more, playboy, billionaire playboy philanthropist. That's him. They tried to give that to Bruce Wayne, and this Bruce Wayne is not your swagger Bruce Wayne. It's not the Bond Bruce Wayne that it should have been. It's grizzled Bruce Wayne and grizzled Batman. Grizzled Batman, good. Grizzled Bruce Wayne, not so much. So this Bruce Wayne is a detective. He's hella smart when it comes to technology and all that. I don't know. I felt like that line didn't belong to Bruce Wayne in that moment. But when I see the film, maybe there's more to that scene, or maybe it plays out in a way that I do feel it's true to the character. But no complaints about Batman other than that one line. Okay. Flash to me looks good. I don't really have any complaints about Flash. I think Ezra Miller is actually going to do a good job. I think they nailed it on that one. And Aquaman to me looks amazing, but it looks like they're going to make him too much of comic relief, I feel. Which all should be given to Cyborg and Flash. But I feel like Cyborg is going to be the most serious of all the characters. My opinion. I don't know shit. And Flash and Aquaman are going to be your comic relief. where it really should be Cyborg and Flash bouncing off of each other. I love his look, and I think he's going to be super badass, but I think they're going to go too Thor with him. And look, you made Superman dark and brooding when he shouldn't have been, and now this Aquaman, this iteration of Aquaman should be dark and brooding. And I think they're going to introduce him that way, but then by the end of the film, he's going to be very comic-y and very light, and I think a lot of fans are going to complain. My high hopes for Aquaman, I still have high hopes for the character and what they are doing with him, but I'm starting to feel like they're going to go too comic relief with him. Excuse me. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Now, DC does a great job in nailing their trailers. I said this before. So as I want to have super duper high hopes and be amped to be on the edge of my seat like I am for Thor and I am for Star Wars, I'm just not. Their past work, the 3 movies they've done already, failed with me. All of them. Even Man of Steel, which is my favorite of the bunch, and it's a good movie, it's nowhere near what it should have been. And it's not a great starter for a cinematic universe. It just isn't. I want to love these movies. I say it time and time again. But I think this is going to be another convoluted mess with too much going on. Look at what they have to explain in this movie. They have to explain Aquaman. They have to explain Flash, Cyborg. They don't have to do much with Bruce Wayne or Wonder Woman. They're going to have to explain what happened with Superman. They're going to have to explain the villain, the Parademons and Steppenwolf and Darkseid and all that's going on there. And then you have all of the side characters, which won't need much explanation. And I think most of them being in the movie, like Commissioner Gordon or the Atlanteans, I think is really going to be for building on each of those characters, where we're not going to have to focus on Gordon, but what Gordon is saying about Batman and Bruce Wayne. But I really have bad feeling for this. Another Zack Snyder production. I think it's really going to be a convoluted mess with too much going on. And, you know, they really would have benefited from having a solo Flash, a solo Aquaman, a solo Cyborg movie first, or at least 2 of those 3 characters first, so that we know who they are going in, and you don't have to explain who they are or where they come from. Avengers worked because they didn't have to explain anything. It was, here's Loki. All they had to explain was where it was the Tesseract, which they really didn't, because most of it was explained in Captain America. And then they have to explain, the aliens, but they didn't really have to explain that either. There was no explanation needed. Everything was there in the previous world building, all the previous movies. In Justice League, you're still building the world in the full team movie, which is going to take away from that movie. I'm telling you, mark my words. Even if Justice League is a hit and it's a good movie and we all enjoy it, it's not going to be as good as it should be because of all the exposition they have to do, all the explaining they have to do. So, yeah, the trailer, it was a good trailer. Solid. No spoilers. Got me excited. Let me know enough about the movie where I know what's going on to where it added to my excitement. Even though we all know in the next couple of trailers they're going to spoil all the surprises and all the shit out of this movie. That's why I'm not watching them. You should jump on my bandwagon and stick to one trailer, maybe the trailer and the teaser, and that is it. Trust me, you will have a better movie-going experience going forward. All right, that's it for the Justice League trailer. Yeah, I liked it. It was good. It was a good trailer. They did a good job. They didn't spoil too much. But unfortunately, with their track record, I still feel like this movie is going to be a mess. The action will be amazing, but the movie itself, I don't think it's going to be too good. But that's my opinion. Sound off down below. Let me know your opinion. Let me know what you think about the Justice League trailer and how you think the movie might play out. Of course, do me the biggest favor of all. Like, share, subscribe. I'm not saying this for me. I'm saying it for you. If you like the content and you want more and you want me to get better and grow, you need to like, share, and subscribe, because if other people don't know about me, well, not too much growth going on there. All right, thanks again for watching. You guys have a great day. That's it for this vid, and I will see you next time.